Going into the corners here as we have a big crash going into turn 3. A lot of rookies caught up in this one. In fact, every single driver involved is rookie. The caution is out once more. Here is the replay of what happened. As we see, it looks like Ryan Blaney might have gotten up into Noah Gragson. We'll have to see on the rerun of it. Yes, he definitely spun Gragson there. Don't know if that was intentional or not. Looks like it wasn't necessarily. Looks like just a racing incident. In any case, unfortunately, though, these 4 drivers involved were at the back of the field and will be going to the garage with too much damage to repair, basically spelling. Bubba Wallace gets a bad start. Bubba Wallace gets into Chase Briscoe. Bubba Wallace wrecks! And Keselowski's into him as well. Oh, man. Some major contenders up front taken out. Here is the replay of the incident. After a bad start, don't know if he missed a shift or something. Bubba Wallace just gets tapped by Chase Briscoe there. Just not quite enough room for them to all go 3 wide into the corner. Kyle Larson had nowhere to go. Not entirely sure what happened to Brett Keselowski. It looks like he tried to dive it into the corner to avoid them. It seems like that was actually the worst thing he could have done in that situation, but who am I to question it? Still side by side, dealing on the backstretch. And we have a spin on the front stretch. Oof! Big hit to the wall on the outside there, going to turn 1 for Austin Dillon. Caution is out. Looks like John Hunter Nemechek was caught up as well. As it looks like Nemechek actually spun Austin Dillon. It's very interesting. It looks like Dillon tried to correct it and then just overcorrected it back into traffic. Impressive no one else got caught up in that, and a little bit of karma, if you will, there for the 42 of Nemechek. Unfortunate for those 2 guys, as they both will probably not be advancing to the next round. They will, coming out of turn 2, going down the backstretch, and let's see what happens here. A big cross-up, a big wreck, no! Ooh, that was close to being a really big wreck. Caution is out. We have a replay here. Looks like Austin Cindric tried to prevent Alex Bowman from pulling a crossover on him. And you know what they say at super speedways, you can block once, but blocking twice, it's a fool's act. As we see once more, and it looks like Briscoe just got turned out the nose of Johnson trying to avoid the wreck. Really unfortunate. With Logano and McDowell being hung out to dry, as we have a caution, and Alex Bowman wrecked again. Let's see a replay of what happened. It looks like something in the car broke, or maybe it was already broken. But yeah, it just snapped on him. He tried to save it. He overcorrected it into the wall, and then back into another one. Unfortunate sights for him. He and his sponsors. Let's see what they have going here. Coming into turns 2. Oh, the big crash! Flip even! Oh my gosh! Corey LaJoie upside down. Here's a replay of what happened. The red flag has been shown. Looks like LaJoie just got into Haley, which is pretty ironic considering that in the real world we just had a driver swap as of recording. But yeah, he just got into the corner of Haley. Haley spun around. Looks like Wallace got into Truex, and a bunch of guys just piled up behind LaJoie. I can see making some good progress for himself there, and oof, a crash involving 2 of the guys who did really well in the last race. Let's get a look at what happened in this incident. As it looks like Suarez tried to just clear himself, or Hocevar turned into him. It's not really easy to tell which happened there. I would say that Hocevar probably got into Suarez, but either way, did not end well for either of them. They both hit the wall. Suarez hit harder, bounced off the wall, as you can see right there. Nasty hits. Fortunately, they're both alright. But Hamlin already up to 4th, technically 3rd, and a big crash on the front stretch. Massive hits. Here's the replay of what happened. Looks like Jones tried to get in front of Elliott. Very much did not have him clear. Don't know what the spotter or driver was thinking there. Poor Ty Gibbs. Just an instant bystander, had nowhere to go, and Jones bounced up the track. Lucky for Larson, Elliott was able to correct the car from bouncing back into traffic with his, although he got very close. Just Bell looking very strong. We have a crash on the front stretch. Tyler Reddick around. He saves it, though. Caution is out. Here's your replay. As I was saying, it is still very impressive, as he could have hit that wall and been out of the race, but he still has a chance to fight here. It looks like he must have been spun off the nose of Zane Smith. Unfortunate scenes for him. He was trying to clear him and get, hopefully, to the inside of Kostecki, it looks like. As he manages to barely hold it off the wall there. Completely destroying his tires, though. As we now look at as there's 3 wide behind them. And he's from contact. Crash! With John Hunter Nemechek into the wall. Unfortunate scenes for him. A loss not meant to be for him. As it looks like he just gets tapped in the left rear by Chris Buescher, who is still in the hunt for a championship. Not sure why he felt the need to do that, but it's going to come at the expense of Nemechek. He will presumably be out of this race, as he didn't manage to get his car rolling at all after he hit the wall like that. His window net is down. They're already side by side going to turn 3. Rick Keselowski spins into Logano! Caution! Wreck! Playoff drivers! That is a pin here. It looks like Keselowski just tried to dive too shallow into the corner. He was still technically in the racing groove, but just barely. And he wound up paying the price for it, as well as Logano. And that will be the end of their chances of making it to the playoff finale, the season championship round of 6. And in our next race, unfortunate scenes for them. The preferred lane today. But it looks like there's a big crash on the backstretch. Caution is out. Big scenes here at Darlington. Here's your replay. Okay, it looks like Cindric got into, let's see, Eric Jones, who got into Wallace. Suarez was caught up. That'll also be the end of his championship run. And it looks like Gregson got spun by Allmendinger, who also got a little bit of damage, into Eric Jones. Nasty hit there for both of them. For all these drivers, really. Get back in line behind Hamlin, although he's not going to try to pass Hamlin. He has position on Reddick. Not quite into Bell's around! Bell has been taken out by Kyle Larson here on lap 5. We're going to get a replay of what happened. It looks like he got into the back of Kyle Larson. We missed that at first. And then Larson decided, you know what? I'm not going to take that. And in that spirit, he just wiped out Christopher Bell. Looks like he tried to merge back into the line and decided to put the bumper to the back of Bell. Not saying Bell is an innocent bystander there by any means, but he certainly didn't deserve to be absolutely dumped like that. That was a hard hit, too. Fortunately, it appears that he's okay. We're not taking a look behind him. Another championship contender has just been taken out. Ross Chastain now into the inside wall. He was still in contention, and now he's out of the race. Let's see the replay, and it looks like, that actually looks like he did it to himself. It looks like, yeah, he tried to clear Bowman before they went into the corner. Just didn't do it. Lucky for Logano and a bunch of those other guys that he managed to correct the car after bouncing off the wall. Managed to keep it down below the race.